What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, club swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. We got Bill in the house. Good morning to you, Cheryl. Good morning, Frank, J, Joe, JT, Lauren, Lucian's in the house. Good morning to Marius, Martina, Mike is Peter, Shane. The squadron is piling in. Good morning to all of you. All my people out in YouTube land. Good morning to all you guys as well. All my lurkers in the background of YouTube. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. But yeah, jobless claims came out this morning. Clarice is in the house. What's up, Clarice? Yeah, jobless claims came in line, so nothing too crazy. Tomorrow we do get Jerome Powell, so we'll see. We'll see if there's any bombs being dropped there. Maybe that's not the best phrasing to use in times of war, actually. But it's still a saying. I'm gonna use it. We'll see if he throws out anything crazy or changes his tune at all. Otherwise, for right now, it does seem like the market is still kind of in a bullish direction that he is not going to do that, and that everything is going to go pretty spectacular for the Bulls. We'll see. Yates, I don't know if Yates is in the house, but Yates posted a good chart yesterday of the SPY, and I was like, yeah, you kind of right. We do have good resistance up here. We have a little bit of a high wave indecision candle. So his posts alluded to something, the fact of usually when you get those hammers candles at resistance, there tend to be reversals. I agree. I agree. We're still in that zone. Right now, though, momentum is, and we had this little discussion yesterday, and I was like, I just don't buy that the Bears are really like I don't see the Bears there yet. I think we go higher. I think we'll not crash today. This was yesterday. And then I think there was like the feeling of like, hey, I think I know some of you guys were saying like market seems a little overvalued. It seems like it's gonna come down. I mean, I agree, but that was over here too. Like that was back in July 2023 after we just had a crazy rip. Everything was like, oh my goodness, we pulled back quite a bit. That turned into a ginormous buying opportunity. I think we probably got to like this point. We had some feeling of like, yeah, this seems a little high. Seemed a little high back at 502. Seemed a little high back at like 516. Seemed a little high back at 522. We got that pullback. We're like, okay, this is probably it. This can't last forever. I don't think it can, but I can't get bearish until I see something. So using that candle that Yates pointed out yesterday, um, before we actually even get to that candle, let's look here. So we do have resistance there, which would put us at 563.79. So we'll see if we can start closing and getting candles above that. We have not done so yet. We also have one more resistance up here, 562.50. So we got a couple of things on there that could hold us back. With this gap, we still got 25 more minutes till this market opens, but with this gap, my next resistance up, and we did hit that one yesterday. We kind of rejected it. We're above it now. I'd like to see that be support for the bull case. This is 561.68. So depends on where we open. 2 seconds ago, we were just gapping outside this candle. But I want to see that level hold. So see if we pull back. If we start to break it, we come down again. We still have yesterday's VPOC at 560.30. So we got a big level at 559.20. So I think my bear case for right now is not do anything bearish until probably that candle gets taken out. So if we take out that candle, I also like his chart that he drew too. So it wasn't like this deep red arrow of like that's it, that's it. Goodbye stock market. It was more of like this kind of deal. Um, something like this, something like that. I agree. I mean, I think we're still very, very bullish until we get something. Could come down to the rate cuts. I think probably a lot of that's probably priced in at this point, but maybe from the time that we get the rate cuts, maybe we get some more job news, maybe there's inflation news, we get the second leg of inflation. but I don't see it yet. So I have to remain a little bit more bullish still at open today. Maybe we get that little pullback first, and then we do have the potential for some kind of double tops up here. We've done nothing but go straight up the last pretty much 3 weeks at this point now. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's tough to shake that feeling. It's tough to shake that instinct feeling of like, yeah, we are probably too high in double topping. I don't know. But I think understanding the charts and looking at the charts, it doesn't tell me yet is the time to be bearish. So I'm going to remain bullish today. Obviously, bullish into some key resistance. We'll see what happens. We'll see how today's candle closes. But yesterday, even with yesterday, I said yesterday's candle is going to determine a lot for me. We still had a pretty big wick into the bull side of everything. And we still ended the day green. So I can't take it as bearish quite yet. Jeff says, "Be afraid, be very afraid." I wouldn't really be afraid. I'd be more cautious bull for me. Qs look pretty good today as well. Qs still have some more room on it too. We did, at least on the SPY, we're filling the gap. Qs, we still got to like 495.90 if we want to actually fill that gap. So we still have plenty of room on the Qs up. This is a pretty good gap for the bulls above all of yesterday's price action. Again, this should be a retest. So at open, we could see some kind of pullback 482.42. What we've noticed the last few days in terms of day trading is this. So you'll get okay, we'll get some bull candles. Oh yeah, okay, we're just going bullish, and then in one candle it just wipes out everything. And you're like, okay, we're bearish. Even all that's been bought up constantly, constantly. So then you see, okay, okay. We're still in August, so don't freak out. It's just not a lot of volume, and algos are probably having a field day. So we will see. But yeah, still want to be bullish. And then you guys give me the one that you probably shouldn't be bullish on. Snowflake. Snowflake. Um that's the other strategy too. If you're cautious bull, look for things to short. Like that looks like it could break down. I think this one probably has a little bit more room to go. Although, let me see some of these levels. We got 120.13, we got 116.30, we got 113. Where we get to? Have we already bounced back? Have we got to any of those levels? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. We're definitely trapping some bulls on this one. Although historically, we are fairly low on this one. So be careful of that. I got really good support. It looks like on that Monday, we actually broke down that support. It looked kind of real bearish there. But somewhere around 112.77. Valuation of Snowflake, probably still kind of high, honestly. So I don't own any, but it's looking a lot better down at some of these areas. I think Snowflake might be one of those ones, and I don't know. I'm not saying definitely if you buy it here in 10 years, you'll be profitable. You'll be up money. I don't know. I have no idea. I got to look more into the numbers, but um, if you do like Snowflake and you liked it at 350 and you held out, you're patient, even if you bought it and you want a dollar cost average, you're getting down to some of those spots where some bulls might be interested. So we are extremely low comparative to where the stock has been. Again, valuation might be completely different. Um, for today, where's our big volume candle? Most of that came off of the earnings yesterday, so I can't really include that. But you are taking out this one. That was your next bigger volume. So any bulls that hopped in for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, they are trapped. They're looking to sell. I would probably rather lean, even though we were pretty low, I'd probably lean to the short side on this one. Maybe we could get some kind of buying candle out of the gate and then take a break underneath it. We have a few spots. We are opening at a little bit of support here. And then again, we have 2 levels down. I'm just concerned how much further this one's got, but we are at least trapping some bulls. And maybe we get some follow through on this one, but that is a pretty big gap down already. So we'll watch it, rather play it short than long. Amazon. Captain Kevin wants to know what's going on with Netflix. We'll pull that one up next. We got Amazon, the Zonian. Mm, yeah, I kind of do like this one as well. My target on this one hasn't changed from yesterday, which was yesterday's stretch target, somewhere around 183.80. So you got about $2 to the high side. If it does anything really crazy, you got probably up to like 186.67. That's gonna be a huge level. Otherwise, we're still battling with multiple levels in here. We did have a little blow off top candle yesterday. VPOC was not strong enough to close really above this 181.14. We've already hit that one yesterday. We actually got into this resistance yesterday, 182.42. So that's all been hit. And I think that gets us a little bit closer into this 183.60, 183.80. So I would like it. Probably it is inside day candle. You might as well just look for that yesterday's VPOC, see if that one holds, see if you get that little pullback on this one. So I'd be looking for about 180.12 as some kind of entry, somewhere in that zone. And then I think I'd have to stick with that direction. If it could hang into that, great. I think those are now zones that we probably can take out, and then we'd be looking a little bit higher. So let's get Amazon higher. I think the other one related to this one was Shopify, which I still liked a little bit better. Hold on, let me see if I get this thing up. Shop I think still has more room on it, and it closed pretty bullish. Yeah, we're starting to lose some room on this one too. Next big spot on this one is probably 77.33. I thought we had a little bit more room. So it's about 90 cents higher. Still a retest gap, but that was a good strong close on this one, where Amazon actually kind of gave us that inverted doji hammer type setup. But big one on this one is 77.25. If that could break, probably longer term, we are looking to get back to this like 81.58 zone. But at least that did close fairly strong yesterday. The retest gap, probably have to be a little cautious on that one too. Double inside day on Nvidia. I don't know if Nvidia wants to break out from here. It looks like it actually today. The other one I still like better, AMD in terms of range. Kevin says AMD is interesting. Yeah. Um, we have to look at this 131.12 as some type of resistance. Technically, a little bit of a retest gap from yesterday, although you're correct, it is double inside day, and we are opening right above that red candle. Maybe we don't come down. I mean, the spot for yesterday to retest would be this 128.13. I'm not sure if we get there today. Look for like 128.99. See if you still get a little bit of a pullback, especially since you do have resistance at 130.98. 2 days ago, I think when we traded AMD out of the gate, we were going over like stocks with runways. And I think AMD is still there. So when I'm talking about runways, is like how much room does something have where it can move? We didn't quite get to this 163.09. That would be my target for today. That being said, we almost got up there on this one. So maybe especially if we are able to break out of the high of yesterday, 2 days ago, sorry, 2 days ago, maybe this 163.09 is not as strong and we get more momentum added to it. And then we're looking for like a 165.81. But I do think AMD probably still the same thing. See if we get a little pullback. You got very good support now, 2 days in a row, right at this 157.33. 2 days ago, we were not able to close above it. Yesterday, we were, so that's a good sign for the bulls. This wick, that already retested most of this zone here. And at least for today, I'm looking for that 163.30. Can it go more? I think so, because that's also now taking this candle out too. So maybe we could look for the higher targets, 165.65. But out of the two of them, they both look good. Both of them, I think, have to pull back a tiny bit, AMD and NVIDIA. I think AMD has a little bit more room. The only thing that's going to really propel NVIDIA is the fact that earnings are next week. And that might be like just buy before earnings because they only crush earnings every time, except for this time, the market crash. We got Estee Lauder. That one looks good too. That's opening right into a resistance though, so I'd have to be a little cautious. Even though this is a gap and go, you want to see how this resistance holds. I think this one actually fades short from here. That's probably some people's targets. Otherwise, good almost bullish engulfing candle. You got a good retest, great hammer. Is today the day it breaks out? I don't know. It could be. But I want to see some kind of closing at least above 95.37, and then the next big one is going to be somewhere around 90, so we'll call it 96. But if we could break out at 96, I think it's good for kind of that reversal pattern. Double bottom, that would look good. We also have a lot of volume on this one candle here, so anything really above that one, now all the bears are kind of trapped, 3 days of bears. So let's see if this one, I think jumps around, doesn't really do much today. I'd actually be seeing if I could look for like a 92.23 entry if you get a full retest. Probably throw your stop underneath that hammer, 87.67. And if you want to give it a little bit more room, somewhere in the 85.80 zone. But that could be setting up for a swing trade. I'm in the swing trade room tonight, so if you guys want to remind me of SA Lauder, we could also take a look at that one in the swing room because that does look decent. Does look pretty decent. Netflix, yeah, I was like, all right, next one we'll look at is Netflix, and then 6 stocks later, here we are. Um, was there any news on this gap down? Verizon offers free Netflix subscription with NFL Plus bundle. To seal India merger, Disney Reliance may need to dilute cricket dominance. Netflix insider sold. Yeah, it's probably off this one. Yeah, Netflix insider sold not almost $1 million worth of shares. Again, I'm not too concerned so much with the insider selling. I know some people are. If you were that insider, you have to be compensated. A lot of times, you probably get paid. A lot of times in a good amount of shares. Cashing it out here, that would make some sense to me. You have a very big kind of double top resistance, very close to all-time highs. I got to give that insider 2 thumbs up on the sell. I think that was good. Even if it goes higher from here, who cares? He's probably not fully out of the position, I would assume, but that was a good sell to me. Yeah, watch this one. It might have some more room to the downside. I actually like Netflix a lot on the short side if you're going to short something. Let's see. At least target on this one. I think we get to like 180, 180, 681.19. So that's about $9 to the downside. Again, maybe we could get some kind of buying at first. Resistance should be 692.32. That would be your best spot to try to go short. But yeah, it's got some room for this pullback, I think. So we will see. 1 million on 300 billion valuation is a rounding error. Yeah. Yeah. If we could mess up if we could revise the jobless claims as much as we can, what's 1 million between CEOs? You know? Snow dollar cost average. You could, yeah, if you like snow. I don't mind snow, to be honest. But Santil is saying dollar cost average. If you don't have shares, this is a good spot to start. I'm not saying go all in, but if you do like it, it's giving you that opportunity to get in. Again, I do think snow probably comes a little bit lower today, but if you're planning on holding something for 10 years, does it matter really in the long term if you hop in for your first buy at 122 or you're going to wait until 113? I don't think any of it really matters. But again, if you're just spacing out your deposits, giving yourself time, you could buy something here on snow 2 months later. You could, if it is lower, you could add to it. Lucian says if anyone's interested, Finviz will show the insider sales as well as insider shares remaining. Yeah, don't forget, there's only one reason somebody buys a stock. It's because they think it could go higher. There's multiple reasons why people sell stocks. Again, I mean, he could just say, I hate everything about Netflix and I'm out. This is good enough for me. That could be a potential. Otherwise, a lot of CEOs, people on the board, insiders, as they call it, they'll get compensated based off of shares. So some of it you have to take some gains, some of it for tax purpose. So yeah, pins looks good on the daily. We were watching this one back here. Yeah, from the last swing room, we're like, oh, that would be good. And I think CPI or PPI or something was coming out the next day. But so we didn't take it. I do like this opening a lot on pins. Actually, I like it a real lot, to be honest. Again, it is a retest gap. Maybe we get a small little pullback on this one first. High wave candle would look good. My biggest issue is I did try to trade this one, and it was the most boring trade I've done since MU. Actually, MU is even more fun. MU look good too. MU. I like this one today too. I'm kind of ashamed to say so because it gets me every time. Although the last two times I think we did pretty good. Maybe they're starting to be nice to us. Still a retest gap. You do have resistance on this one at 109.68, but I'm liking this location a lot on MU too. Don't do it, no MU. It's starting to be a mutiny here. Okay. Frank says maybe they want a new boat. Yeah, or a second boat because their first boat needs a friend. Something, yeah, but they'll sell for different reasons. Yeah, that's the next big level for me is 109.74. Even that would give us about 70 cents higher, just under. We'll see if this one wants to pull back first. Otherwise, we'd have to be under some kind of belief that could break out. And it's MU. It is my arch nemesis. They trade strange. So we'll give that one some time. DJT for Santella. Donald J. Trump. Crazy day yesterday. Again, this one's not going to do anything with valuations. So, if you do like Trump, and or better yet, if you think Trump has a good path to the White House, you're well under $30. Great bullish engulfing candle. Uh, I mean, technicals will probably still work to some degree, but also I don't know if Trump is doing a rally or something today too that could maybe he says something I don't know, and then who knows, but pretty decent. It's an okay gap. It is a retest gap. See if this one fades a little bit down to like 24.22. Otherwise, that is a tremendous bullish engulfing candle covering 1, 2, 3, 4 days of just bears. That could be a spot you're looking for wave count wise. I don't really see too much. Maybe this is your one, your two. This entire move was your three, something like that. This is four, one more pivot, and then go. But it's not going to be. It's not moving on the fact that there's strong dollars. But if you want to hold it, it's volatile. It will move. Peter says with Biden, yes, but with Kamala, he has a fight. Yeah, well, we still have the. I think Kamala talks tonight. I think at the DNC, wrapping up the fourth day. So there's probably still some excitement there. The real play on this one. I mean, I wouldn't probably wait till the election, but I think the next play on this one is it is down. It does move. You get good moves on this one. The next play would be the debate, which is September something. I want to say September 10th. I could be wrong on the date, but I think it's September 10th is the debate. And if you're like, hey, well, the last time Trump debated somebody, he had to drop out. Not all of that is worded correctly, but to the point, it's still there. So I think if you're like pro Trump and you're pro, like I think you'll do good after the debate. You're probably this is not a bad buy spot at least, and it's not a long term hold. Nike with 7 Green Day candles, good for one more. I looked at this one this morning, and I looked at my target. I think that's a 2R target we've had, and I didn't take this trade. I should have, but I didn't know activist investors were coming in. I didn't get the email, but I was thinking about this. If we had this great gap up, we now sat there 1, 2, 3, 4 days. I'm like, I'm sitting there for 4 days to try to hit another 20 cents. I'd probably just take it. That being said, it does have a lot of green candles in it. It does have a lot more room on it. I wouldn't stop watching it. You do have that 100 coming in somewhere around 85.34. So maybe for targets for today, you can run into that, but you do have still this gap fill all the way up at like $89. So Apparently, colorblind or can't count. We got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. You have seven. I mean, this is a highway of indecision, so that doesn't mean I'll take that out. Eight, nine. Then I gotta take this one out to 10, 11. I got about 11 if we're just deducting random red ones. You know. Coinbase looked interesting too out of the gate. Let me know if there's other tickers. I see a couple more in YouTube as well, but Coinbase looked okay, not bad. It does have some room. I think the next target on this one is 210.55. However, that's where this one gapped into resistance. I think that we can take that one out. Probably the next target could be about 215. So Coinbase will put up. I think Bitcoin was also moving to a little bit, maybe started to finally break out right now, just kind of inside day. Bitcoin's got a little bit of resistance somewhere around 61, 123. I think we can start getting above that. Next target to the high side would be 62, 881. After that, really good resistance at this point, 64, 347. So that still gives us some good room to the higher side. That could be good for Coinbase as well. Uh, Starbucks, SBUX. Crazy pre-market candle on Amazon. We'll take a look at that one second. Starbucks. This one's still chilling, Santilla. If we could get a close, or we get any kind of candle starting to get above this 92.99, risk to reward down here is not bad. If you're buying, it does look like it's kind of gapping down a little bit. So there's a little bit of bearish gap and go. You're below all that resistance. At this point, I'd actually probably go bearish, but you're still kind of in this ginormous gap up, and I I don't think this is a fill the gap type situation. We're looking for targets, but maybe get down to like 86, 87 eventually. Um, but if you start breaking, what's that number? If you start breaking $93, I'd be very cautious on it. Let's check out the crazy Amazonian candle. Yeah, starting to push a little bit. We did say we like that one. Now that takes out some risk reward, so great, great. Uh. Scintilla says, I am voting for Trump. You do you, baby boo. You do you. Everybody vote for whoever they want to vote for. And we go from there. SOXL. Just chilling. It is a retest gap. If this one gets above 42.86, then all good. Otherwise, that is the morning bell. So I appreciate you guys joining us each and every day. It doesn't matter who you voting for. Just be safe out there in the market. Just be safe out there in the market. You guys are incredible. I'll catch you guys tomorrow with ooh,